God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son to us. John 3:16, probably the most quoted line in the Bible. And it's true. He sent his only Son to come and open up the gates of heaven for us. And what an Easter gift it is. But I find it very interesting, though, that even though he did this, like Jesus died and was raised, we can see in the first reading today that Peter and John are arrested and thrown into jail, and an angel is sent to them to release them so that they can go out to the temple and begin to preach again. And by the time the Sanhedrin and the Pharisees find out that they aren't in jail, they gently take them just to talk to them because they're afraid the people will stone them to death. You know, like Jesus came and he did all these great miracles, and yet the people somehow just kept going back and forth, you know? They kept like, oh, we love you, Jesus, you're the greatest thing, and stone him. And it was like that. It's like they were literally hailing him as a king, putting him on the donkey on Palm Sunday, praising him as being the one that God sent, to just 5 days later, you know, begging Caesar to kill him, or Pontius Pilate to kill him. And what makes people waver like that? What makes people go back and forth from I love you to I hate you? So I think it's really ironic that now Peter and John are speaking in the name of Jesus Christ in all the temples and are converting massive amounts of people in the name of Jesus Christ, not in the person, but because it's not Jesus and it's these men, and they're doing all these miracles. It's like all of a sudden now the people believe. No more wavering, no more back and forth. Jesus had to die for people to believe. And now they're believing in his apostles. It's like the apostles have more sway on the people than even Jesus did. But I think that was intentional. I remember St. Teresa of Avila said, Jesus has no body on this earth without yours and mine. And I think that Jesus came specifically to teach these apostles and others all along the way, and to do everything that was promised in the Old Testament, even suffering like that golden snake on the stick of the Israelites when they were being bitten. They had to look upon this snake that was raised up onto a wooden staff, and Jesus had to be that. People hated him, but they had to look at him up on that cross to come to believe. And now his apostles are doing everything in his name. And finally, the Pharisees are afraid of the people, because now they've become resilient. Now they believe. And if they do anything to these men who are speaking in the name of Jesus Christ, they'll stone them to death. God did so love the world that he sent his only Son to die for us. But at the end of John, in the gospel today, it very sadly says, but people preferred the darkness to the light. And those who do wicked things, well, they will not receive the promise. Where are we? Are we wavering right now with this time? Are we focused on ourselves and our own desires? Are we not realizing that we have gifts all around us right now? We have the gift of time. You know, we can't make those excuses about why I'm not spending time with the Lord in prayer or serving my family. We can't make those excuses. For he did send his Son to save us. But we have to want to be saved. And that's the problem. Because one minute we're saying, yes, Jesus, yes. And the next minute, through our actions and our attitude, we close that door. We prefer the darkness to the light. We prefer acts of wickedness to generosity. There's nothing that I can say or do to make you want to recognize the gifts that you have. There's nothing I can say or do that will grow your relationship with Christ in a personal way. It has to be you. The only thing I ask is that you take a stand. You make a decision and you stick with your decision, and you know this is your decision and I am not changing. Like, if you say you are for Christ, then be for Christ. Trust Him. God sent His only Son for you. He will never reject you. Are you rejecting Him? Those are the questions we ask right now. We make our stand and we stick with it. Because you know something? If we were gone tomorrow, if I was gone tomorrow, the world continues. So I'm not the center of it. He is. See you tonight. God bless you.